Okay, so happy Thanksgiving belated to everybody. I didn't obviously do a show on Thanksgiving because I want to spend time with my family, and I don't want people not spending time with theirs. It's like, don't do a show when you know your viewership's going to guaranteed be 0 because everyone's with their family. With that said, I'd like to know what's going on with the weather. It was 70 degrees last week. It's 50 degrees this week, and we're getting 4 inches of snow tomorrow. So I'm not really a happy camper with that. I'm also really confused about this. We'll go over here, I guess. I'm really confused about this. Before we get into where winds meet, we will be announcing soon that we will be directing all existing users to link with Steam and play through Steam. Steam Direct entitlement will happen sometime in the preceding week. Well, first of all, will happen sometime in the preceding week. I guess they mean the preceding week to Alpha 2. That's not really a good use of the word preceding there, because you didn't give a time placement to what you're proceeding. I'm just gonna go ahead and guess they mean preceding the test. I think this is a terrible decision on the part of Intrepid Studios to push everybody to play through Steam, because if you get rid of your own standalone launcher and you make everybody play through Steam, then that means we're going to be able to see in real time how many people are actually connected. So I have no idea really what Intrepid Studios is doing. Like, none at all. None at all. I've zero idea what they're trying to accomplish. Really, I would like to see more game companies do what Where Winds Meet is doing. I'm glad to see that NetEase has continued going in the good direction they're going, with keeping the player base informed. It's really nice that they have they've gone a step beyond what they've done in Once Human, and a lot of what goes on in Once Human has to do with that publisher. But when I log in, I don't want to have to go, and Rail and I talk about this all the time, I don't want to have to go to like a website or a link off of a launcher. This is the perfect way to do this. When I log in, you told me that you had fixes and optimizations. Let me see that if I'm interested. Right? Let me see that as I'm logging in. Don't make me go out of game. Keep me in the game. Keep me on the game window. So I liked that they did that. I don't want to have to go look 19 places for patch notes. I don't want to have to, like, and that is becoming a really big problem with Once Human. I feel like I'm always having to run down what's going on with that game. I can live with this. I can live with logging in to them trying to sell me something every day in a free-to-play game. That's not a huge problem. But I'm at 140 some odd hours with this game, and I'm still not done with everything that needs doing. And I know some people are gonna say, well, I'm not interested in doing all of the Nitnoid side content, and that's cool. I could understand that. But that Nitnoid side content, this isn't bullshit side content for the sake of just having it in there. All of this side content is how you develop your character. Now, I know some people are against the idea of having to run around and hunt down birds that are flying to get, you know, stats, to get improvement. And that's something that the only thing we can do in that regard is agree to disagree. I think the way they've done the character development is new and unique and fresh. Gets on my nerves when this week you put patch notes on Twitter. Last week it was on the launcher. Next month it's on your Chinese website. And in 2 months you... Exactly. I would prefer that you put the patch notes exactly how you do with Where Winds Meet. When I log in, there's a patch notes tab. And I don't care if you put the patch notes in 500 places, which I think is good. I think it's good to put the patch notes in a lot of places, because patch notes are an easy, low threat, an absolutely easy, low threat way to engage. Like, hey, we've sent out this set of patch notes. Remember, we make this game. Thank you so much. Shout out to my spouse, who's my support staff. I woke up late and didn't have time to make anything to drink. But I think patch notes are a low threat way to do free marketing, because, hey, we've made these changes. And if you, and then it becomes a, sure, we can just put the patch notes out in any random order. But if we're going to put our patch notes out in a certain way, then we can focus on putting our patch notes out in a way that's more palatable to the players. And now all of a sudden you start thinking, you're doing that thinking thing, which is really dangerous. Like, one thing I always hated about Final Fantasy 14, when they give you the patch notes, they give you, it's like studying for the LSAT, man. It's like studying for law school admission. They give you, like, why are you guys all angry? All I'm doing is running. How was Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving was good, man. I tried something new this year. I probably won't do it again, but I tried something new, and I had honey baked ham cater. I bought all my sides and stuff from honey baked ham, and I bought my meat from there because I don't like cooking. Mystic recovery increases the chance of self-healing during illness evolution. Oh, that's cool. I like that. But no, I had everything. What I did this year was everything was in boxes. I didn't have to make, like, the broccoli casserole. I didn't have to make the mashed potatoes and everything. They were all in preheat boxes. And it was nice because you could buy the meat by the pound, the pre-sliced meat. I always end up having way too much food. The butcher shop that used to do our catering for us, they don't make the exception for us anymore. What they used to do was we would go in and we would ask for 5 pounds of turkey and 10 pounds of ham. Well, 10 pounds is their least amount of turkey. But what they would do is, because they're a small mom and pop owned butcher shop, they would pair you off with other people. So it would be like the Jalan family 5 pounds. And then when you went in, somebody else could walk in and be like, I don't need a whole 10 pounds of turkey. Is there anybody? And he'd be like, well, I have a 5 pound person that's looking to pair. And then they'd say, yeah, I'll take 5 then. Then they'd pair you off, put you both on one card. And that way, when it came time, you each get 2.5 pounds of white, 2.5 pounds of dark, and call it good. Yeah, there was nothing exceptional about honey baked ham. There was nothing bad about it. There was nothing exceptional about it. It was good. It was convenient. I probably wouldn't do it again. But it's nice to know that you can buy those sides throughout the year. And those sides were incredibly easy. They were just reheat. I'm always looking for the easy answer. I probably won't do that for Christmas. Although, to be honest, I've got to sit down and talk to my my family. I'm kind of at the point where I might not be doing the holidays anymore, because it's just the 4 of us, and my daughter has my daughter's living with her boyfriend. So she came over here for about a little over an hour. Well, it would have been 2 hours, but she was running incredibly late. She had like 3 panic attacks and just couldn't get the day started. But I might just take them out to eat like 2 days before the holiday and call it good. I don't need a reason to make good food. And like, that's another kind of like weird thing for me. Like, I remember growing up and Thanksgiving was a big deal because you knew you weren't gonna be hungry that day. You were gonna eat till you burst. And then the couple of days after. Actually, oh, hold on, I gotta check where I'm at. And then Rail and I, we need to do our Once Human dailies today after the show. Oh no, I slipped to number 10. What is going on? People came back with a vengeance. Wow. Just a couple of them did. Don't run, because you don't want to make the guards all angry. What up, kitty? Check the note. Always choking on small bones. When you die, no one will watch over you. Signpost. Large bones. Well, this is weird. With a soft lick, he offers you a few coins. When tuning in under the new perks, does the little bar show how high the additional within that specific... Oh, yeah. So, when you're in tuning, so when you go to tune, when you add, like when you add stuff, it'll tell you. It doesn't, to the best of my knowledge, this line is never going to go up. On the first line, I don't think, and again, I don't know all of this. I don't think that first line is ever... I don't think that first line is ever going to go up. one thing I do not like about the tuning is that it seems to be, well, it doesn't seem to be, it is all RNG. It seems like that's just the roll that comes with the weapon. Yeah, that's the roll that comes with the weapon. And then the other ones... I don't know why it won't let me... Why it won't let me lock... Oh, because that's locked. That's why. So, like, you'll notice... If I were to do that, this weapon would get 3 legendary attributes. Ding, ding, ding. But it could still end up getting 3 legendary attributes that suck, that don't synergize with healing, and the lines could also be not full. RNG and upgrades like this is always something that I'm against, because nothing is more frustrating for a player than working their ass off. Plus, when you attune it after you tune it, yeah. Like when I attuned that one, I got the Panacea martial arts healing boost 1.4%. Like the bracers didn't turn out bad. I mean, yeah, they have stone split on them, which I don't use. But I don't like RNG upgrades. I'm at a whole 1.137 goose. I'm stronger than the average goose. Are legendary attributes completely different, or are they just higher range? It's, I believe, from the limited amount of screwing around with this, that they're a higher range. Because you'll see minimum physical attack is legendary. Minimum physical attack is purple, but that's 23.6. That's 18.4. As far as I can tell, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or reason for how this works. Now, could there be a rhyme or reason? Absolutely. A lot of the gear grind is probably going to involve getting a ton of the same weapon with the first attribute you want, and the rest is up to RNGesus. You're absolutely right. I mean, you are 100% correct. And unfortunately, that is something I'm not a huge fan of. I'm not a huge fan of random. I guess that makes me different. So agility on this Mo Blade probably isn't ideal. Correct. You go into develop, you go into improvement guide. And then you click on combination. And it'll tell you, well, yeah, agility is crit, so it's not terrible. But I'm sorry, I was thinking the damage type. So you want to make sure that your weapon has, if you're using the tank weapons, that they have stone split. If they're the melee weapons, they have bell strike. If they're the rope dart or the twin blades, they're bamboo cut. And the healing weapons, you want silk binding on. And then there's so many fucking places. Combat attributes. Crit rate and minimum physical attack is agility. Momentum is affinity rate. And this game is... There's 2 ways to build for damage. And it's so weird to me because when you do this, here's where you hit. And you have 3 choices. This is just a normal hit. And you do your damage. And then you have, did I have a precision hit? And did I have an affinity hit? And I'm going to leave abrasion out for a second because abrasion is you hit successfully, but you do 50% less damage. So if you get an affinity hit, like let's say your damage is 500 to 1500. On a normal hit, you can throw between 500 and 1500. On an affinity hit, you will always hit for 1500 plus 20%. Now on a precision hit, you also have affinity or non-affinity. So it's really hard to consider. You cannot crit a normal hit. You can only crit a precision hit. But a precision hit in and of itself adds no damage. And this is what becomes really, really mind-bending. So you have a precision hit. You have a crit, and a non-crit. A non-crit can be an affinity or a non-affinity. A crit up here can be affinity or non-affinity. To me, it almost seems like affinity might maybe be the primary thing to stack because you always have a chance to proc affinity. But you have to stack precision and then stack crit in order to get crits. So I haven't yet decided if affinity is the primary thing to stack or not. But to me it doesn't matter because I'm a primary healer. Build management, healing. Build management, healing. Thank you. Wandering paths, not casual. Challenges. We'll do... That's 5 gear chests. That's 6 path chests. Yeah, we'll do this. No, we'll do this one. I'll do them both, but we'll do this one first. Oh, no, I won't because I can't get... That one is once a week. Forgot about that. I don't like that either. I don't like when we can only do content once a week. If you can only do the content once a week, then don't put an energy score in your game that limits loot boxes. actually do have to pay attention when I'm healing this. Some people aren't a full goose out of gooses. Oh shit. See, I think they need to rework healing in this game because everybody can, in theory, go secondary umbrella, healing umbrella, and then everybody can just throw their own healing umbrella out. And they can basically keep themselves alive. It also amazes me how many people will be like just about dead. Like, I can't heal you if you stand in the basically the wind. But how many people won't use their potions? Like, dude, heal yourself. Like, you have the ability. Who wants to take bets that somebody leaves after the first boss? Because it happens every fucking time. Players just queue up for shit. They don't know what they're queuing up for. Yes. That is correct. Affinity is always a max damage hit. Crit is it's your random roll between min and max. I also hate the people that start screaming in chat. Res me, I have to wait. There's a cooldown between reses. I hate people running these dip after, yeah, because people dip after the first boss because they don't see waiting to challenge the next boss. Like, there's another boss. Like those people just did. And it's not 35. Where did you see 35%? Everybody keeps saying affinity is 35%. Affinity is labeled as 20%. When you come in here, oh, 35% more damage. Okay, there it is now. They fixed it. It used to say 20. That's good then. Yeah, there's a button to save different builds. Build management. Save. New plan. Let's... Does this drop? No, this doesn't drop, guaranteed, chests. From the beginning or from the start of the second boss, either way. We'll get this in a couple of days. That was the other thing. I couldn't believe that they put so many days between the breakthrough. It was... It was weird to me. That was great. That was brilliant. Run towards the boss before the tank is fully loaded in. Oh no, that is the tank. We had 2 tanks? Is that what we had? One tank decided to just bail? At least these guys seem to better understand to not stand in. I will say too, this is... If people remember years and years and years ago, I said the problem with action combat is that when you have action combat, you have this, this problem of healing is always going to be really dumbed down in action combat. Because you don't have... It's not easy to aim heals in action combat. If you're gonna do heals that are actual action skill shots, you're gonna deal with the people that stand right in front of the healer, and then the healer can't heal the tank. So this game, all my heals are auto-targeting. Well, they're... Honestly, like... That makes healing easy sauce. But everybody wants action combat. That's why I said the best way to do games is to do hybrid. If you do hybrid, it allows you to make the majority of your healing abilities. You make the majority of your healing abilities tab, and then people can still have action. But really, as you've seen, there's not a lot of amazing, like, this game suffers from the Souls problem. How do you do an online game? People are like, I want my combat in my MMORPG to be Souls quality. The problem with that is you're dealing with latency. Like, there was a guy talking about the arena, and he said, I simply can't win in the arena because my latency is higher than most other people I face, so I can never parry, I can never interrupt combos. He's absolutely right. I can always tell when the person I'm fighting in the arena is from a place where their latency suffers, because I'm beating them, and as we know, I shouldn't be beating anybody. I love how the fucking tank keeps running in while I have aggro and I still have full health. And the tank keeps running in before he comes near me so I can heal him. Like, you can't fix stupid. Yeah, also, if, well, no, he lost dagger because he died. He didn't lose aggro to me healing, he lost aggro, because when he drops, his aggro resets to 0. Oh, is he dying to Void King? His attacks are pretty easy to deflect. The problem is that everybody is trying to be like the superhero of the DPS meter. And you'll also notice in the upper right-hand corner, the tank doesn't have a healing weapon equipped, which he should have. If he's not sure about his tanking ability, neither does one of the DPS. So if you're gonna rely on the healer, that's fine. I don't mind if people rely on me to do the healing. I'll do the healing, that's my job. But they have to realize I don't have map-wide heals. I don't have like a 60-meter range. And I can't, and one thing I don't like about action healing, you don't run heal on your tank because you're confident in your tanking. If you're not confident in your tanking, you need to be running heal on your tank. Or you need to pop your potion, which I noticed that guy also. He never did. He never used his potion, even when he rezzed. Well, that's a problem, because if you res on the other side of the board, how are you expecting, like, my heals don't go that far. And if you res and you don't self-heal, don't grab aggro right away. What's happened is, and I mean this, we have fallen out of people understanding how MMOs work because people have been able to just face tank everything for years. Oh yeah, I can come by the guild hall.
I'm wrong, Lord. I'm wrong.
Is there a backstab damage modifier? That's a great question. I don't think so. I didn't see one. I hate this. It's like if you're on the wrong... Like, all the conditions have to be the same. What's up? The McRib is back. Oh, you gotta step down off the stairs. If you're ever on death row and you want to delay your execution, when they ask you for your final meal, you tell them that you want a McRib and a Shamrock Shake. I don't know how to express my gratitude. You just did. You gave me like a bunch of likes. I still got Swiss onion burgers on deck. Oh yeah. Man, I'm old enough to remember when McDonald's used to give you that styrofoam thing where your bun and your condiments were on the left and the burger patties were on the right. So that when you got wherever you were going, you could take your burger patties and put them on your food so your cold stayed cold and your hot stayed hot. Yeah, we probably killed the environment by 20 years on that one. Have we figured out where the winds actually meet? I have. And it's a sad day, but here's where the winds actually meet. They meet at your wallet. The eastern wind and the western wind meet, and they grab your Visa right out of your wallet. And that's how that works. Ooh, I'm a lucky boy today. My wife is making her famous potato soup. My wife makes about 5 things. I make the rest. You opened up your packaging and had a Crimson Tide jersey on it. Nice. Nice. Visa, it's where everyone's wins meet. That's right. The truth is, though, I mean, I don't know why people are upset. Like, I get it. I get that people are mad because the regional pricing is more aggressive. I'm sorry, not more. Well, yeah. The regional pricing is more aggressive than the Chinese pricing. Now, I don't know if you guys heard this, but there are 3 people on the server with the $40,000 boat. And when I say $40,000, I mean 40,000 US. The boat is 40,000 US. And 3 people have it. So that's $160,000 they made. Now, one I've heard, and I haven't been able to confirm, one I heard is a kid who used their parents' credit card. and the parents are trying to get the money back. And I wouldn't want to be that kid. But the reason why free to play is bad for the players is because development time ends up going to the free to the buy stuff. And people would say, well, why are companies all about the free to play? Because players spend more. Players will spend more on a free to play game. The turkey had a weird accent. And you couldn't figure it out. The dead turkey just jumped up in your kitchen and started running back and forth, yelling, Roll Tide. This game is 100% free. There are no paywalls. There are no catches. There's no anything that like, oh, you didn't pay us, so you don't have access to this content. It's cosmetic cash up, and there's just one problem with one part of the advanced battle pass. It's not even that egregious. I think they just considered it a slight oversight. There's one part of the advanced battle pass that gives you 4 extra pillow powders. Other than that, the game is free to play. There's no shenanigans. What I want to do is I want to get rid of all the I don't have anything 41 or less. Oh, I do. Okay. 31, 41. I'm running out of space. Let's see if the RNG gods like us today. Don't need any of those. Oh, I don't need any of those yet. I can't break through anymore until later. Those 40 energy a pop, when you think about it, it's 1 extra group dungeon or 2 solo boss fights. You're right, it's not game breaking at all. But the problem is when we talk about pay to win, it's not up to me as the streamer to say it's not that big of a deal. I have to point it out. Like, yeah, they included a little bit of pay to win. Um, um, a little bit, but now it's a little bit of pay to win. But how damaging is it? Yeah, guys, they accidentally included something that they probably didn't think was pay to win, but the players might. With that said, is it that game breaking? No, but it's not up to me to decide if you think it's unacceptable levels of pay to win. It's definitely pay to. You paid for the advanced battle pass, and you got something that wasn't just cosmetic in nature. Break. Now, everybody else can point and laugh at you if you're gonna like make a huge deal out of it, and that they're allowed to do that because you're allowed to make a big deal out of it being pay to win. It's like we don't decide for each other. Like if you think it's bad, you can think that. Absolutely. I'm not gonna tell you that you can't. I agree with you. I don't think that it's a big deal. I don't think that it's a big deal. It is relatively a small small piece of pay to win. Like itty bitty teeny tiny. But it shouldn't be there at all. So I was in there that whole time. How many extra looting opportunities does the Battle Pass offer? One. It offers one double pull on group content or whatever. It's one extra group dungeon run or 2 solo boss fights. That's it. So it's not like it's massively egregious. It's not like every day you get to do an extra dungeon. Yeah, it's you get 1 energy every 9 minutes. So it's a little more than 2 hours. Medicine chest can be upgraded. Oh, there we go. But this is, I think this, the way they've done Where Winds Meet, is something that a lot of game developers need to look at. And potentially build their games in this same style. Solo mode, now, the one change I would say is the fact that people can't, like, if I come to your co-op mode, I can only help you with your story. In order for me to make progress on my story, we have to be in my co-op mode. And I can respect that. I understand why. I get it. I get the rationale. You don't want, I don't want to port to Rails co-op, and Rails, like, because he needs help killing one thing, and I port to his co-op, and now all of a sudden all of my quests are completed. But it would be nice if we could go into a joint shared co-op and both of us make progress at the same time. If that makes sense. I would say 4-player co-op through what the system called, not the mentor, but the best friend thing. I would say a 4-player co-op through. Yeah, but even then, I think the big problem comes in. I come over, I help you clear all this content. I go back to my world. I now have to clear all the same content. I get it. I respect it. I appreciate it. But it would be nice if we could do it in such a way that we're both making progress. Because you can't progress your storyline in someone else's world. That's, I think, the one piece they're missing. There are a lot of people that are upset. Well, I can't run. I've heard people. Well, I can't run around ganking people. Yeah, because that's shit content. You shouldn't be able to run around and gank people. Yeah. That is, well, you put a bounty on someone and except you can't claim the bounty. Doesn't work very well. You know what I think? First of all, where's the merchant I need? I need him real quick. Yeah, oh, make a shared world for a small static? Yeah, exactly. Create the ability to have, like, a joint shared world with joint ownership. It would be really cool for building as well. Absolutely. I think I did all of my sex stuff yesterday. Also, it would be great if they would change the audio options so that I can mute other players. That would be fucking fantastic. I don't want to hear players playing their little instruments. There's one motherfucker yesterday. Kept face rolling his music next to while I was doing the sex stuff online. Yeah. It's so obnoxious. I don't remember if I did my... I don't remember if I did this yesterday, with it being the holiday and all. did these. I know I did those 3. Go over to the... Let me go over here, see if I actually did this one. I may not have. $31,000 bounty points. I gotta get to 50,000, so we're getting there. Rail, have you noticed the number of people that come online and start talking about their like relationship problems? Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? I'm gonna talk about all my relationship problems in global chat on an MMO. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not going to the bathhouse in online K-Fang. No, I'm not doing that. That ain't happening. We're not doing, no. We are absolutely not doing that. Oh, nope, I didn't do this yesterday. Good thing I came over. Definitely not going near any of the bathhouses. Dirty fucking perverts online. This is a great thing. Once you have your 2 slogan snatches and your slogan shouts, this is when you can go make yourself a cup of coffee. This person endured 160 hours in prison. Cast the itchy thing and it cancels their animation. That's not nice. It's funny. It's not nice. Must be tons of RP in the prison. Yeah, no shit. A lot of people RP and dropping the soap. While I'm running around automatically, I want to talk about this real quick with Ashes of Creation. Ashes of Creation is going to have all users link with Steam and play through Steam. Why in God's green earth would Intrepid Studios want to put all of their people to link through Steam and play through Steam? Because then you're going to be able to go to Steam charts. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why they would do this. Because they said the live stream players could play on the existing client or Steam. This is because Steven Sharif has no idea what the fuck he's doing. And he's playing checkers. They can't afford their launcher and servers, but they still have to pay for their servers. Steam does not provide servers. You manage all that shit. And you're gonna end up seeing the Ashes of Creation launcher anyway, because that's what happens with most games, unless they're going to completely abandon their idea of a launcher, then you can do it the way this works. But there is no reason for them to put all their users onto Steam at this junction, because then it's going to be, first of all, every single person that has alpha or beta now can leave a Steam review because they own the game. Number two, you've said you have 130,000 people plus all the beta players can play in early access now. So that's 130, 140, and 150,000 minimum. Minimum. So you have 150,000 people with access to the game, and you're gonna see what? Let's be kind and say you're gonna see 50,000 people play on December 11th. You're gonna have a concurrent user. Let's be kind. Let's just be nice. Don't they have that thing on Steam where you can see upcoming patches? Not necessarily. If the developer chooses to use it, yes. So Intrepid's gonna be looking at can those existing users write favorable reviews about the game on Steam as to offset the negative ones? They could, but I don't believe that a lot of people are going to run around and leave favorable reviews for this simple reason. You're going to go and write a favorable review. And then if your review, people are going to forgive a negative review that has 0.1 hour. Because what they're going to be able to say is, I've played on the standalone client. I'm leaving this review to warn other people not to buy this shit, XYZ, whatever. But if you go and write a positive review with only 0.1 hour, people are just going to downvote you and boo you and hiss you and all that. But the biggest thing is that Intrepid, if they had allowed people to log in through their own launcher, when a person like me comes along and says, well, you only have 2,000 people playing, they could say, yeah, but that doesn't include the people we have playing on our own launcher. And then they don't have to finish that sentence. They could have just turned around and said, yeah, you're claiming that we only have 2,000 players. That's only the players we have on Steam. That doesn't include people playing through our client. They don't have to tell us how many are playing through their client. The other thing is, I talked about this with a couple of people. Let's say it's a bad trade-off. You're right. Let's say they get 5,000 people. Let's say they get 5,000 people. They're going to make $250,000. But they've got to give of that, they have to give 30% to Steam, and they have to give 5% to Epic. If Intrepid Studios is under the belief that, I'll be real. I'll keep it real for a second. At $50, they might get 10,000 players. That's also in the realm of possible. They might get 10,000 players, but they still owe 30% to Steam, and they still owe 5% to Epic. So it's not like they're gonna, like, if somebody has put it in Steven's head, or he's put it in his own head, that they're gonna get 50,000 users on Steam, fucking delusional. I think by quarter 2, 2026, we find out Steven sold Ashes. Who would buy that pile of shit? What do they have that's worth buying? They have a rabid fan base. The mismanagement of Ashes of Creation is biblical and should be studied. It is being studied. There are a lot of companies, not a lot, there's a handful of companies, small companies, that have looked at what Intrepid Studios did to learn all the mistakes. Like, for example, having an affiliate program is absolutely amazing. Having an affiliate program for your game is great. However, the only people that should ever be able to cash out on the affiliate program for cash are the members of your official content creator program. Everybody else should have only been able to cash in for cosmetic shop money or free sub time. Unfortunately, Intrepid Studios, even if they launch the game, I want you to think about it this way. Even small creators like me, who have a couple of thousand referrals, every person who bought a $500 Founders Pack, Intrepid owes me $75 when the game launches. So not only does Intrepid have a long way to go, plus the fact, as I showed on the video clip the other day, they have to have the whole game done in a year, because Steven said in that tweet they're going to be in beta within a year, and he said a long time ago the game will be done in alpha.
Before beta, yes, the game will be feature complete before beta. That is something that is necessary. Beta really is intended to identify last minute bugs, to kind of make sure that everything is ready for launch. And it's important that all features are complete by beta 1. Yes. Before beta, yes.
So I guess they have a build in-house that they haven't shown anybody. It's the only thing I can think of. That they have like 5 years worth of work that they aren't showing anybody. I wonder if we'll ever get a rewards from Apocalypse. They have placeholders on the website. In your website inventory, they all have placeholders. It only took them like 5 years to get that done. But yeah, they all have placeholders. To show more numbers at the start without thinking how the numbers will affect them. Wouldn't the scope be to show investors back that they have numbers? That way he can borrow or get investment. The problem is, Intrepid has already sold off at least 10% of their preferred shares. So they already have an investor that owns at least 9.7% of the company. They also have another debt from that investor. So, and that's only saying the ones we know about, because the investor had to sue Intrepid in order to see the financial records that investors are allowed by law to see. When you have to sue the people that you put money into their company, in order to see the books. That's really, really bad. Like, that's really troublesome. Yeah, hard to get new investors when your current investors have already had to take you to court. Like, for example, I put money into several businesses up in Chicago a long time ago, like 20 years ago. And I didn't get up to Chicago very often. But when I would be up in Chicago, and I knew I was going to be up in Chicago, I would say to the people who I was a silent partner in, hey, I'm coming into Chicago. I'm going to be there this day and this day. Between those 2 days, pick a day that's good for you so that I can see the financials. And it was never an issue. They'd be like, yeah, they're in the office. Come in anytime you want. The fact that you're hiding the financials from one of your investors. And remember, the investor owns 9.7% of the preferred stock, partially because Intrepid sold preferred stock to him, but also because they didn't... Before Intrepid even did their Kickstarter, they had an investor, which goes all the way back to where Steven masqueraded the truth. He accused me of masquerading the truth, which is the only reason why I'm on this hate bender. As soon as he apologizes that he shouldn't have lumped me in, I'll go back to not... Like, I'll be King Julian. Can we finish this meeting and get back to not doing whatever it is we're doing? Like, why the fuck would you throw me into the same boat as It's Ziz? I didn't make up shit about your game. But you've made up a lot of shit about your company. You gave an interview that said we have no investors, when you already had an investor from the previous February 2017, circa around, they had an investor. So, yeah, I wanted the game to launch because they owe me a lot of money through the referral program. I wanted the game to launch. I don't think the game is going to launch. I believe in managing expectations. I mean, shit, there was a kid, to put this in some clarity, there's a member of my community who invested in Ashes of Creation when he was a senior in high school. He has now graduated high school, gone to the Air Force, gone to college, become a sergeant, passed his qualifications for officer training school, become a lieutenant and pinned on lieutenant. And Intrepid Studios is still not launched. Okay, what's preferred stock? There's two types of stock in a company. And without turning this into a complete economics lesson or business management lesson, you've got two types of stock in your company. You've got common stock and preferred stock. Common stock is what people know to be like shareholder. I own a couple of hundred shares of Disney stock. That's common stock. That's stock on the market. There's also preferred stock. Preferred stock is ownership of a company that doesn't come with traditional voting rights. It comes with normally, it doesn't always, each company sets it up differently. It comes with special voting rights. When you're a non-publicly traded company, your shareholders still have voting rights. They just generally control it, so they don't have enough. You don't sell enough stock for anybody to ever be able to, quote, overthrow you. Like, my corporation, PGN Inc., owns a lot of subsidiaries. I own all 10,000 shares of stock in my company. I will never sell any of the shares of stock in my company because I don't need to fundraise. I don't need to raise money. But if I somehow did, I would never, ever, ever sell more than 49% of my company. Because then yeah, great. I have to listen to you. I have to show you my books. I have to hold regular meetings where I give you an opportunity to speak, but I don't have to do anything you say. I don't have to care. Well, Intrepid could have not been in this situation with the Yaya Legacy Trust. They borrowed $1 million to get the company started, to get Intrepid Studios going. They made 3 point something in Kickstarter. Well, they could have just taken the 3 point something they made in Kickstarter, minus the taxes or minus the processing fee. There wouldn't have been taxes on it. There wouldn't have been taxes on $1 million worth of it because they were carrying $1 million loan. They could have paid off the Yaya Legacy Trust loan with the Kickstarter proceeds and then moved forward clean with no debt. But they never made a payment. They were supposed to make 8 structured payments on the debt, and they never did. So then the contract stated that if payment wasn't made at any time after a payment was due, the Yaya Trust could elect to take the payment in common stock. Well, then another deal was signed where they borrowed another $1 million and it changed that to preferred stock. And none of this fucking matters except when you say we don't have shareholders. Well, if you have shareholders, just say you have shareholders. He could have fucking controlled the narrative so much better by simply saying, instead of saying the core viable product, I'm funding that, he could have said the core viable product I have funding for. Doesn't mean it's your money. I think at this point it's safe to say
Why do you think young ladies
Intrepid's gonna come out on December 11th. Ashes of Creation is gonna come out on December 11th on Steam. It's gonna see a spike in popularity on Steam numbers as all the people go and check it out. And then it is gonna fall right on its face. It's gonna have at best mixed and most likely mostly negative reviews on Steam. Because let's be honest, it's a mostly negative game. I don't understand the reasoning for being dishonest about these things with the company. You're right.
I don't know how much longer
There was no reason to be honest, to be dishonest with these things. Because at the end of the day, when I bring these things up, people will say it doesn't matter, and I'm right. You're right. These things don't matter. What matters is you lied about it. Also, it used to be overhyped as fuck, so you can basically only release to the disappointment. You're right. And that's another huge problem. How can I put this? There were people that were thinking playing Ashes of Creation was gonna make them a shot caller, was gonna add 6 inches to their dick, was gonna, make all the ladies love them. They didn't have reasonable expectations. Intrepid, instead of capitalizing on unfiltered, unleashed hype, they should have been humble as fuck. And if they had done that, they should have said, whoa, guys, let's keep the expectations realistic. They should have played, like, when you downplay something, it makes you look all the better for it, but it keeps people's people are like, Ashes of Creation is going to launch, it's going to be the savior of the MMO genre. Steven Sharif is the savior of the MMO genre. Steven Sharif isn't even the savior of his own fucking company. And he surrounded himself with a bunch of yes men. And that's stuff I've heard from former employees of Intrepid. Steven doesn't like no men. He doesn't like the yeah but guy. Like, my boss made me the yeah but guy. My colonel, the last colonel I had at base level, he made me the yeah but guy. I got 2 yeah buts on everything we were talking about. And if I needed more than 2 yeah buts, then it was time to take the conversation to just me and him. Because I was, our ops officer had been deployed and I was the acting opso. So I was the voice of reason. Yeah, but I think we're gonna do this. Yeah, but have you considered? And it is better to surround yourself with a bunch of no men than it is to surround yourself with a bunch of yes men. I want people telling me, I want the most cynical, nasty, grouchy, sarcastic, sardonic, cold and callous motherfuckers there are on the planet in the room with me. Because if I can convince them, right? If I can get them on my side, then I know that what we're building is good. Helldivers 2, you will never convince me that you treat animals right. On video game animals, you're probably correct. Actual animals, I love animals. I have 7 cats. They're all, this generation of cats are all Humane Society fosters. 1 second. It's still feeding time. The joke is only based on you torturing giant dinos and yeah. Thanksgiving was good. I have leftovers and my wife is making potato soup, so it's always a good day when I'm gonna get potato soup. I'm stereotypically Irish. I don't even know where the fuck I am. I don't even know how I ended. I guess when I switched over to solo mode, they put me in here. But no, I feel bad for Steven as the person. Steven Sharif as the person. I feel terrible. His dream is about to get shit on. And like, unfortunately, I think he surrounded himself with a bunch of yes men who've told him that that going to Steam is a good idea. And what's really going to happen here is they're gonna go to Steam, like what, in less than 2 weeks? They're gonna go on Steam, and the fucking haters have already said that they're gonna go over there, they're gonna buy the game, they're gonna leave a negative review, and then they're gonna charge back. Peas and cheese, that's disgusting. Peas shouldn't even exist as a vegetable. Peas should be outlawed. And I don't, how is your favorite Thanksgiving food not a protein? I don't know, man. I don't know if I can. I don't know about you. If I have to pick a protein, I prefer turkey over ham. Although if I live in civilization, I prefer a crown roast. I haven't had the last time I had a crown roast was like 25 years ago. I've had the meat part. I don't like peas and cheese. I don't like peas, period. I like cheese. I don't like peas at all. I don't even put peas in dishes that normally call for peas. My shepherd's pie, no peas. Yeah, you gotta level to 56 to continue the story. And that was weird that they gave us so much lead time on this. Like, it was like 9 days. It's like, that's too much. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them Sam I am. I do not like having to sneak around and get these get these chests or get these skills by sneaking around. I'd rather just run in and kill everything, but I do respect that they... I do respect that they made this, like, you gotta use stealth. You're number 4 in your sect, and you're thinking about going sectless for that cool hat. If I had known about the cool hat, going sectless, I probably would have gone sectless first, gotten the hat, and then joined the Silver Needles, because I don't need to be a member of the Silver Needles for my combat healing. But I do like the fact that the social organizations have some meaningful, like, reason to join them. People are gonna hate me when I say this, but I personally believe that the costumes should only be wearable by members of the sect. So, like, you can't be sectless, get the hat, and then join another sect. Like, as soon as you join another sect, it should tell you this hat's unequipable. I saw the funniest thing about sneaking this morning. Some smartass made a video about just going into build mode and walling off the NPCs. That's funny. I'm gonna see if that actually works. Observe more closely. Oh god, I hate the color thing. Wow, I suck at this one. Miscalculation. There's a builder, scholar sect coming out that I want to join. No, yeah, you can spam F, but if you hit the wrong ones, then you lose progress. Did my kids like Dora when they were little? Yes, of course my kids like Dora. My children are Mexican, so they liked the Mexican girl cartoon. Building is not allowed here. Okay, so they did fix it. Yeah, the scholar sect I thought it was weird for the Western launch that they didn't put the Scholar sect in to try to help thin out the healers. It's almost like you launch the game and there are people who are frustrated because they can't make rank. Come here. Hey. Oh, hold on. He's oh. Come, folks. Oh, sorry. I had to put down grazing for the cats. Good boy. We have a cat. He's really protective of the 3 younger cats. He gives up his food to them, which I don't understand why, because we feed the cats more than enough. But he gives up his food, so we have to keep extra food in here. And then he'll sneak in here to eat, which he doesn't have to do. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 kibble dishes in the house. We have 5 litter boxes. 1, 2, 3. We have 4 water dishes. So they have more than enough places to go. But this silly boy, he won't always eat. When you think about the scale of translating, though, that is true. Some idiot made a picture with the Dora balloon at the parade being chased by an ice one. I mean, we're at a really weird spot in America where the majority of Americans are stupid. Like, you're upset because people are upset because ICE is trying to do their job. Like, I don't know why people are mad that ICE is just trying to do their job. And people make up the dumbest shit, too. But you're not required to carry your ID with you at all times. Yes, you are if you're an immigrant. If you're on a visa, yes, you are. It's in the law. I don't know. It's like the average American doesn't even understand what they're... Yeah, but it wasn't the picture. It's what people were saying. What? That illegal immigrants should go back to their country? I mean, what's wrong with that? If you're in a... Like, here's where the discussion... Like, the word illegal is in the fucking name. They're here illegally. They either overstayed a visa or... No, let me help you out. There is a code. There is a U.S. code that says they're here illegally. Granted, it's only a civil infraction, but they're still here illegally. Like, there's no debate on that. Like, you can debate it. You're entitled to your wrong opinion, When you're here illegally, that is a black and white issue. There is no gray. The only gray in it is it a civil infraction, you overstayed your visa, or is it a criminal infraction, you cross the border at not a point of entry? At which point, that makes it a criminal offense under a criminal court. For instance, one guy said someone should make one of Kirk being shot. Okay. Just so you know, you're part of the problem here. I don't care if people make terrible political cartoons. I don't care. Why? Because they have freedom of speech. Freedom of speech doesn't mean speech I agree with. Freedom of speech means all the speech. People just want to be good, and the marketing and news pushed by left-leaning side was very against ICE doing their job. Now I understand that ICE and police sometimes abuse their power, but still need them. And right, and the problem becomes people are misconstruing right from wrong because they're ignorant of the law. Like, people are like, they're not getting their due process. They are getting their due process. They are getting due process. They're just not getting judicial due process, but the law doesn't require them to. Because they haven't committed a criminal offense. Therefore, they don't get judicial due process. Now, the ones who cross the border illegally, we can just throw them over the border and they don't get judicial due process. Or we can prosecute them for entering the country illegally. If we want to put them in jail, then they get judicial due process. It's the problem that people don't get. Your due process doesn't always involve a courtroom. For example, the county assessor comes and assesses your property. The county assessor goes back, raises your property taxes. Where was your due process in that? Your property tax bill was $1,000 last year. It's $1,100 this year. Where was your due process? You didn't have a chance to speak on it. Your due process was the county clerk, the county treasurer, the county commissioner. They were all elected. That's where your due process is. And people don't understand that. Because people haven't been educated. But then it's everybody else's fault. It's everybody else's fault that people are dumb. It's not the person's fault they're dumb. It's everybody else's fault. And that's where we run into the disconnect. As far as political satire, who cares? Oh, Fractured Online. Okay, I'm gonna show something real quick because I think this is absolutely fucking amazing. I talk about all the time managing expectations. This is absolutely unfucking real. This is perfect expectation management. Hopefully they put this as a web link somewhere that I can grab it. You guys managed to put this on a web link. Okay, so Fractured Online is releasing information on December 11th. And this is what they put in their email. Things we'll talk more about on December 11th. The future of Fractured in video and blog form. clear outline of how we're honoring the Kickstarter rewards, clear outline on our monetization plans, a development roadmap, an updated FAQ, website refresh, and dates for the next playtest. What we won't be doing December 11th, suddenly releasing the game, dropping a surprise playtest. This right here is fucking gold. This right here is where Margaret Crone, the director of communications for Intrepid Studios, either cannot because she doesn't have the skill or is not allowed to. Steven won't allow her to frame the expectations like this. Look at what they're saying. We won't suddenly be releasing the game. We won't suddenly be dropping a surprise playtest. That is fucking gold. That is gold and a half. Like, the players are like, I wonder if we're gonna get a surprise playtest. They're gonna be like, oh, I think they're gonna drop the game. They literally told you that's not what they're gonna do. They've literally said, nah, we're not doing that. Nah, that ain't happening. That's good expectation management. Don't overhype it.
Say it again. When did the general die?
It was the hour of the long, at the third quarter.
Good boy. Du Chongwei's faithful hound. You would say the wrong time even in madness, so there'd be no reinforcements.
I didn't. I did nothing to the general.
The general died at the 5th quarter. I saw it with my own eyes. That sword pierced the general's body. A blade, long and cold, gleaming like waters in autumn. Through the general's chest. The same sword Zhang Yun carried when he came looking for me.
5th quarter. 5th. Yes, the general died at the 5th quarter too.
What?
He died at the 3rd quarter and at the 5th quarter.
Nonsense! How could the general die twice? You'd tell any lie to save your skin. I should have taken your head years ago, Liu Musan!
Stand aside!
Do I think Ashes could ever go back to that? Yes, they could. Here, they get when you're willing to clear the air, and you're willing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Don't kill me, little general. The general swore us to silence. I can't tell you, even if you take my head.
Sworn to silence?
No. No. You are not the little general.
Hey, look before you speak. Can't you even tell who your killer is?
He told me quite clearly. Jiang Yan killed him for a secret the general refused to share. Murdered him.
Why trust a madman's words?
Only a madman speaks the unvarnished truth.
Looks like you and I had the same idea. What do you say, Blind Eyes? Work with me?
But yeah, do I think Ashes could go back to that? They could, but they'd have to want to.
Speak.
Now, Blind Eyes, how am I different from Jiang Yan?
You want to pretend to be him.
Smart. He won't tell this secret to you or to me. But does that mean he won't tell Jiang Yan?
Why should I help you?
Because you want to know the general's secret, and I want to know Jiang Yan's past. And also so your blade will never take my head. If I can make you think I'm Jiang Yan, I can make a madman think that too. Hey, Blind Eyes!
I'm blind, but you're not. Fix your eyes on the road and keep up.
No, I think where we're gonna see, I don't think they can, as so long as Steven is there, too many people will never trust that fucker again.
I must drink with you before you'll help me?
I don't
Sometimes, rushing gets
disagree with
nowhere.
you.
For good wine, ask those who have a taste.
I think you're right. There's a lot of people Steven has burned.
Finest wine in the world. Remember, after this treat, there's no backing out. You must help me disguise myself as Jiang Yan.
And what's really bad is you take a game like this, take a game like Where Winds Meet, and I don't know where it's at right now. Let me look real quick. Like, this is not an amazing number of players by any stretch of the imagination. This is not great. But this game isn't only on Steam. The game is on Steam, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation. I don't know if it's on Xbox. It also is its own launcher. So to have 176,000 people playing, and it's one of multiple platforms the game is on, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. Oh, it's on Epic as well. So you've got a lot of places the game is. Yeah, it got a lot of bad hype from some places like IGN, and that's why what really sucks
Wine would end up coming in handy here.
is a handful of big reviewers gave it a bad review, and so people won't even try it. But it's free. It's a free-to-play game. So why not just dig it now? If it has things you don't like, cool. Like my spouse, she does not like action combat. Although she's struggling through Bloodlines. She's slogging through Bloodlines. So offer him wine.
Drink up.
Me drink? Weren't you the one looking for wine?
Army regulations forbid drinking.
The army's long gone. You just finished off every last remaining soldier. This useless little rule of yours.
I see you've barely caught a whiff of wine, and already forgotten your purpose. That small talent does make you resemble Jiang Yan.
Don't slander an honest man. Well, come on, let's hear it. Who lived with Jiang Yan?
The general once saved a group of young beggars without a second thought. He saved so many people like that. Too many for even him to remember. Among those beggars, some are good at fighting, some at running away, some others at gathering information. The general chose the one who fought best and took him as a foster son, teaching him martial arts.
That foster son was Jiang Yan?
Yes. He was a good fighter, with even better luck. Play the hero. He always had that look like he was above everyone else since he was a kid. The general protected him. Our flawless general. Except for his weakness for Jiang Yan. The general never said a word. No one else had the right to judge.
Did Jiang Yan have any friends?
He had dealings with all kinds of unsavory characters throughout the Zhonghu. As for friends, probably Chen Zixi, a pretentious scholar, perfect match for him. Those two always stirred up trouble whenever they spotted an esteemed martial artist.
Huh? Didn't they ever get thrashed for it?
Zhang Yan's swordsmanship was not without genuine merit.
You're telling me those so-called masters were all frauds? That's why they got beaten by 2 kids?
Let's go.
I haven't put on my act yet.
You already do act like him.
Are you certain this is enough?
That day, he came to me just like this, sword in hand, reeking of wine.
Sword and wine?
The more you act like him, the more I want to kill you. Now, my sword and hand are screaming for your death.
Hey, this isn't what we agreed with General Wang. Never to behead the innocent.
Don't use the General's name while looking like that.
Sometimes this game in random places, like, they have fully, not fully, because apparently your character forgets to talk in some places, but voiced over side quests. A lot of it, yeah. I don't do comics anymore, no.
I smell wine. Where is it? Why are you here, little general? Been drinking again? Why didn't you bring me along?
Bring you along? Huh? Why should I do that?
Are you still angry about that, little general? I know how magnanimous you are, little general. No, I mean Master Zhang. Surely you're not holding such a trifle against us.
A jar of wine. In exchange for his secrets.
Maybe we can leave this jar of wine until...
Help him hide it from me, and it would be his death. At least let me drink with him one more time, Ryuno-san.
Someone had to cross the Zhongdu Bridge, little general.
Tell me what this is.
Your sword is too sharp for me. Too sharp.
Yeah, it's sharp enough. That's how it always kills those it wants to kill, and saves those it wants to save.
Find the gentleman. Little general, find a carriage that's empty but moving. At the third watch, the gentleman arrived by carriage. He said he had a gift for the general. That was a box. Once the box reached the general's hands, it would be his death.
Box! Impossible! That box was the key to the Battle of Zhongdu Bridge. It was... So I had to run faster. Faster than ever. To deliver that box. Run faster than ever before. To deliver the box.
The hell is going on here?
It's you, the skinny little kid. You've grown. No wonder the general didn't recognize you. I remember when you asked to see the general that day. You said...
I am a scout of the Central Army, and the commander sent me to deliver a keepsake.
The general asked if you knew each other. Because you kept stealing glances at him. Then your face flushed.
General, you once saved my life. You don't have to remember me, but I'll remember you till my last breath.
The general stood speechless. He said...
It's you, Haran. Why did you join the army? I said, General, I couldn't waste the new life you gave me. General, I know the ropes now. And they're promoting me.
What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? Time!
Ever feel like everybody else in the room has dropped acid but you, so you have no idea what's going on? That's how I feel right now. I feel like everybody else in this room has dropped acid, and I'm the only sober one.
Don't come back. Don't come back. The gentleman in black.
Yeah, they've all seen a movie you haven't seen. They're talking about their favorite scenes from it.
The little general's gone.
Good story, but they need to work on it. Yeah. Work on a lot of the disconnects.
The hour of Chen. The general chose the hour of Chen.
What are you doing here?
Excellent! You're here, little general. If the general saw you on the battlefield now, he'd be furious. The general's sacrifice wasn't in vain. It's over.
The general's sacrifice? Who did the general want me to find?
Weren't you together just now? Little general, you're with Skinny Monkey.
Skinny Monkey.
You, Musan! What nonsense are you spouting now?
Skinny Monkey, you've helped the general twice now. You just delivered the box. And tricked the little general away with it. A sharp enough sword can save lives. We couldn't stop the little general's blade. So instead, we tricked you away. Only if the general dies can the little general live.
No! Madman! Madman! You can't trust a madman's words! Jiang Yan met me, and I sent him to save the general. And that box, too. It was to save the general. I went to save the general. That box was the key to the battle at Zhongju Bridge.
That's theft! Theft from fate!
Flashback. Oh, no.
What do you mean, theft from fate? No.
I'll be right back.
No, that's not right! You should say, that box was the key to the Battle of Zhongju Bridge! You should say, you were going to save the general!
So this is one of my easy. This is one of my 7. This is my emotional support animal. Right now, she's not doing a good job. I'm her emotional support human. But this is one of the 7. Right now, she and another cat live between 2 bedrooms because she won't fight back. Say hi to the people. Say hi to the people. I know. You haven't been in here since you fell. Yeah. She is the animal we took in. She gave birth to 6 kittens and then fostered Mittens, who's around here somewhere. And then she was always attacking my old cat. Well, one day my old cat ran in here and jumped in my lap, and his ear was all torn up. So I had to get rid of my emotional support animal. Turns out the fucking little kitten we had was the one that damn near tore his ear off. So then a very nice old lady had just lost her husband. And since the cat had gone through, a bunch of training, the nice old lady adopted her. Then the nice old lady died of a heart attack. So the cat ended up back at the Humane Society. So we took the cat back in. Now she won't fight back, though, because she's afraid of if she fights back, she'll be sent back to the Humane Society. So one day I think I'm just going to lock her and the cat that torments her in a like bathroom, and they can just work their shit out. It's Mittens. This is Mittens, who has no interest in being shown off today. He's a little jerk. He's a little jerk face.
You, Musan! Get up! Get up and say it again!
Elrond, he's dead.
You should say! The General didn't know that you were going to be promoted to the North Camp as General Wong's personal guard. You killed yourself and made me do you harm. Yet all you wanted was to save him. General.
I'll go with you.
What are you up to? The General is dead! The General can die twice now! General!
Like, they put an awful lot of effort into telling a part of the story that most people will never have paid any attention to. When deployed with a martial arts set, achieve a minimum attack of 250 and a crit rate. I have to see what the crit rate is. Upgrade an inner way of your path to tier 3, which I cannot. So, this is another thing I don't like about the game. So I come to my abilities, I come to my inner way. I pick one of these, right? And I need 20 of these. I can get them in some places, but then, and I have to go down there and pick these up before tomorrow. But energy challenge gameplay, I can do those to get them. I can do tips exchange, which I don't have. The big problem becomes if I'm out of energy, what do I do? Like I think that's where this game missed a little bit of the mark. When I'm out of energy, what should I be doing? Is the battle pass worth getting? Well, it depends on your idea of what's worth. If you like cosmetics, sure. If you don't like cosmetics, probably not really. There's a handful of things in the battle pass. But if you don't like exactly what's in the battle pass, then you're better off, you know, buying the direct cosmetic you want if you're going to buy anything at all. The battle pass doesn't give you like more power. Honestly, I think I'm running out of things to do. I think I have one more quest to do. What was that? Oh, out of endurance. Oh, by the way, I watched the last Mission Impossible movie last night. And I'm watching this movie and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, honestly, I'm glad the Mission Impossible series is finally over. Now, hopefully in like 5 or 10 years, somebody can reboot it. I'm not going to say anything like specific about the movie, but the movie just sucked. Like I truly feel like the last Mission Impossible movie was Tom Cruise's, like, I'm just going to do a bunch of action things together. I'm just going to put action sequence after action sequence and just loop them all together. Have I done the Wandering Tales? I don't even know where the fuck the Wandering Tales are. You mean this stuff? Like, this is going to be the last thing I have to do. Clearing out all of this, but yeah, I'm done with most everything. Like, my big thing is gonna be like going back to the general shrine and finding 2 cats, 1 antique, 1 encounter. Did I see they're making another Shrek? Yeah, of course they would. The Shrek movies make DreamWorks. Next tab over. These? DreamWorks makes a fuck ton of money on Shrek. So yeah, I mean, until the movies stop making money, they're gonna pump out as many of them as they can. Go back one. Exploration. Oh, these Wandering Tales? No, I haven't done these yet. Oh, that's right. The main story quest, one of the main story quests unlocks today in about an hour and 40 minutes. What else do I have in here? Oh, visit Golden Snow. Nope, after this, I'll go, well, after the show, if the soup is ready, I'm gonna get a bowl of soup. If the soup's not ready, I'm gonna log on to Once Human, knock out our weeklies, and then, come back over. Hi, Kick Person, if you're about to try to ask me if I'm interested in any of your art, I'm only gonna belittle you. So if you're going to ask me about buying art, I'm going to make fun of you repeatedly. So, don't bother. By the way, I wanted to ask, can I create some cool art and attractive for your channel, please? I hate bots. I hate them. They bother me immensely. He's fucking... I do not know why people waste their time with making art bots. If you ever bought art from somebody just because they came into your Discord or into your stream, that would be the worst person to buy art from. Hey, Jalan, I hope you and your family had a great Thanksgiving. We did have a good Thanksgiving. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving as well. My daughter popped over for a little bit, and then she was off to her boyfriend's. I heard from one of my other kids, but she's married now with 2 kids, so I didn't want to bother her because she's got a 4-year-old in Itty. My son-in-law is a good man though, so he wouldn't have had her. Like, I hate the dads who the wife is trying to take care of the kids and cook the Thanksgiving meal. Like, look, man, I know you're the dad You're the man of the house. You work hard. I've been there. I done that. But if you want a nice cooked meal from your wife, take care of the kids. Or if you want to be able to make your family a nice cooked meal, then have your wife take care of the kids and you cook the food. But you can't have your wife cook the food and watch the kids. And my wife would rather have me do all the cooking, which is fine. Climb tree for chest. I saw somebody mention earlier that the setting isn't their thing. And that's why they don't play. And I can get down with that. I could definitely respect somebody not liking the wuxia Chinese setting. And I saw the question asked, did Chinese storytellers tell stories differently than Western storytellers? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I say this and it gets me in trouble with people, and that's okay. Stephen King is a great storyteller, but Stephen King is a terrible writer. I don't think Stephen King is a great writer. I think he writes great stories. I don't find his writing to be a masterpiece. Brandon Sanderson is usually a great writer. But The Way of Kings, the last book, I was reading it, fucking thing is like this thick. It's like, my God. And I realized at one point he was doing the, and he said, she said, he said, he said, he said. It's like, come on, man, mix it up a little bit. Dialogue is rough to write. But you got to mix it up a little bit. Later. I don't think I have any story quests left. I have to wait. Oh, Leaves in the Wind. Ding. Fries are done. But no, it is going to be interesting to see the future of gaming. I kind of agree with some creators that are saying gaming is getting to a point right now where somebody's going to have to innovate something new, because we've been doing the same old long enough. So until somebody comes up with something new, I think Helldivers showed that style of game works, but then Sony had to go and fuck it all up. Like Sony was like, oh, we have all these people. Let's make it so that they have to have a PlayStation Network account. But let's not consider to ourselves that we know that we don't offer the PlayStation Network in all these places. Like, yeah, that's a good idea. You have this captive player base, but instead of saying you need to have a PlayStation account or a PlayStation Network account, the way you go about it is saying, what if we offered them an incentive to have a PlayStation Network account? Because you give gamers an incentive, right? And they'll sign up for pretty much whatever. Give them a cosmetic. Gamers will give you their fucking first name, last name, address, email address, social security number. Promise them a fucking power tool. It makes a whirring noise. They'll all fucking give you their information. Okay, why does the map never like me?
Playing such dreary tunes scares customers away.
He does look like a rookie thief.
Music, no
So when is he actually going to make a move?
Spying on people stealing. That's no way to behave.
Yes, it is.
What's wrong with stealing? Doesn't mean someone's a bad person.
Yeah, it kind of does.
You're clearly not being raised right.
Thieves can still be good people.
No, they can't.
How about I drag them back here and show you myself?
Ever get stuff off eBay? No.
Come on, sis.
I'm not really big on I'm not really big on buying other people's junk.
I advise you to drink it sparingly as well.
Oops. You feel like you should only use it for the shield because it attacks too slow. I don't even bother. I don't even bother using it for the shield.
You'd even steal someone's medicine money? Come with me to the Patrol and Inspection Agency.
No, don't take me to the law. My boss went bankrupt recently. I've no work. I had to do it.
Nothing's missing anyway. Aw, they didn't want to press charges. Such a shame.
Playing such dreary tunes scares customers away.
Perfect. No guests anyway.
Well, with or without music, no customers come. Might as well let it all be, I suppose.
Well, I've lived in this house for 9 fucking years, and I just realized I have a second outlet in my bathroom. 9 fucking years.
Well, that's the end of the show. Come on, little one. I'll walk you home.
It's a little creepy. You're walking little kids
See
home.
that? That's what happens when you steal. You get caught.
No, he's not. My brother,
Is your brother a thief?
he's
He's the master thief.
Ciao, Chi-Chi! Get back here! Whose lantern did you swipe this time?
Uh,
You know how things are at home. The shop's gone under. I'm struggling to feed you, and now you're stealing like your brother?
It's not junk, and I didn't steal it.
not junk and I didn't steal it.
I'm not the way Mom said I am.
No, you...
Really, I didn't steal it. Every year when we hang up new lanterns, everyone's happy. There's good food too. The lanterns are good. When they're up, Mom's happy. And my brother's happy too. They're not bad things.
Oh my Chi-Chi. It's all my fault. It's all my fault. Oh, kids shouldn't have to worry about stuff like this. So the shop's gone, a big deal. We can still live.
The shop's gone. We can still live. How are you going to live without your shop? Clear out the troublemakers in the area. Next to the bathhouse. Okay. Oh, hey, I moved back up to number 9. I could catch that person. I could catch that person. I could catch that person. And that person. I could move myself into number 4 today. Some of these people are just insane, though. With the amount of over farming they do for their merits. It's like, I want to explain to them, you don't get anything. Like, you need to be in the top 19. Like, maybe they have to be gone for a couple of days or whatever, so they over farmed, but they really do need to release some other sex to divide the players among things. You know, I want a game that actually gives the AI some intelligence. Like, you just saw me turn 2 guys into a fucking shish kebab and you're gonna run at me.
Why haven't you paid that 20 taels of silver like we agreed?
Everybody's a shish kebab. More trouble is coming. Yeah. You in the top 2 to 5 all have 30K-ish, and the Psycho is at 80K. Yeah, and honestly, that's where some people are exploiting like, people have a level of merits in their sect that shouldn't even be possible. Like, let's look at the top guy. 23,000. 12, 10. The guy in number 1 has more than the person in 2 and 3 combined. And the best part is, yeah, you're going to get promoted, but congratulations. Whatever you're doing is going to get the attention of the developers. And it's not even needed. You can solo the world bosses. I can solo all of them. Wolfie Bitch Tits is kind of hard. She's kind of an annoyance. If she's on the wall and you absolutely cannot let her tackle you. That's the first crash I've had. Oh, I hit 150 hours on the dot. That's why. Oh, it's... What the fuck is patching? Oh, Dune Awakening is patching. I don't even know why I have that. I don't even know why I have the fucking game installed. I keep wanting to get to it. Better games keep coming out. Actually, I think what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to pop over here. I'm going to spend the last bit of the game talking real world news, because what the fuck's going on in our world right now. So I'm about to do a shift over to politics for a little bit. And then the rest of my day is going to be spent in Once Human. Dune was like PAX. They could have been something great, and they gave up at the finish line. Yeah, unfortunately, that happens with a lot of games. It's not that they gave up. I don't think they gave up. I think what's more realistic is they didn't have enough time. They didn't have enough gas left in the tank to make the switch. Basically, they needed a launch. They needed to get to a spot where they could make money. I saw, as I switch topics here, a big thing that happened the other day was those